It does. We got Monday, April 6, 2026 in the Chickasaw County Board of Supervisors meeting room. I will call the meeting to convene. Roll call, all members are present, along with Board Secretary Sheila Shackleton. Is there a motion to approve today's agenda as presented last week?
Second.
Motion by Travis, second by Isaac to approve the agenda as presented. Any discussion? If not, all in favor say aye. Aye. Anybody opposed? Motion is carried. Approve the minutes from last Tuesday, March 31st. If there's any corrections or deletions.
I see a correction you need to
You
make.
do?
Yeah, Supervisor Travis, I should put super.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, on the committee assignment.
Yeah,
Good catch. So there is one correction on the last page. Anything else?
Make a motion to approve with that correction. Sorry.
Motion by Steve, second by Scott, to approve the minutes for March 31st with one correction. Any discussion? If not, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Anybody opposed? Motion is carried. We'll go down and do those two licenses.
okay, so we have,
Review and approve Class C retail alcohol license renewal for Town and Country Club for a term of 12 months, effective date May 23rd, 2026.
yes, and this, again, we have a new system that goes through the dram shop, and then it gets sent to us, and everything that the dram shop required has been submitted. And so now we just need your approval.
Second.
Motion by Scott, second by Travis to approve the Class C retail alcohol license renewal for Town and Country Club for a term of 12 months, effective May 23rd, 2026. Any discussion? If not, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Anybody opposed? Motion is carried. Review and approve Class C retail alcohol license renewal for the New Hampton Golf and Country Club for a term of 12 months, effective date April 1st, 2026.
And again, this one went through the dram shop, it was timely filed, so all we're looking for is your approval there.
Is there a motion to approve?
I'll make a motion to approve. Second.
Motion by Steve, second by Isaac to approve the Class C retail alcohol license renewal for the New Hampton Golf and Country Club for a term of 12 months, effective date was April 1st, 2026. Any discussion? If not, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Anybody opposed? Motion carried. Going back up to Ray or Mel. Good morning, Ray.
Morning.
He has a resolution 040626-20, a minor subdivision for Carmen Cochran. Got the map on the screen. You guys got this emailed to you. A couple divisions back along, 2014 and 2011.
Yep.
And then the final one
Yeah, if you want,
must be this one.
go up right there, what's outlined in red is what they're proposing. It's just splitting off, creating a larger homestead site. And we've got two separate parcels involved. That's why you see the blue lines within the interior of the red.
Yeah. And this little down here on the south side looks like
Yeah,
catching the tree line.
so.
Everybody signed off in the county, so is there a motion
Sign off.
to approve resolution number 20?
So moved. Second.
We'll go Steve. Motion by Scott, second by Steve to approve resolution 46-26-20, a minor subdivision for Carmen Cochran. Any discussion? If not, roll call. Scott?
Aye.
Steve?
Aye.
Isaac?
Aye.
Travis?
Aye.
Jake? Aye. Motion. Resolution's been adopted.
As soon as I get the signatures, I'll get this to you, okay? Thank you.
Nine oh five, public comment.
No public comments.
Or you got anything, Ray?
Next week on your agenda will be Dairyland Power for their proposed solar farm. And I put together a packet that includes all of their information and all of our correspondence and such. I will get that to you once I've got a list thing that I wanted David to take a look at first before I handed anything out. But everything should be a go, and they will be here to make a presentation as well and answer any questions you have.
Where's that location?
That will be just this side of the ethanol plant.
Are they still using the name just for information? Dairyland, or are they using MI Energy now?
They're still using Dairyland.
Oh, yeah.
And it's kind of a joint effort.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Both names are involved.
Okay.
But,
And I think you have it scheduled for 9:20.
yes.
Yep.
So, and they should be, the gentleman I've been corresponding with will not be here, but someone else from Dairyland will be here. So I got an email this morning on that. But I'll get that back to you as soon as David reviews it. And
Sounds good. Thank you. All right, 9:06 then, meet with the Sheriff Ryan Chauver. Good morning. Discuss opioid funds and possible renovating one of the jail cells into a padded cell.
We had an opioid committee meeting last week. I asked to have it. So Clayton County recently converted one of their holding cells into a padded cell and used opioid funds to do that. The justification was potential arrest of people that are either on opioids, coming down to opioids, having a crisis, where a safety cell like that is very beneficial. There have been times over my career that it would have been very, very beneficial to have that in our facility. Just the logistics of things, potential costs and what it would be. This wasn't feasible for us to do it. So their total price, project cost was just over $30,000. Their facility's 20 years old. They converted one of their holding cells into that. I reached out to the state jail inspector, Delbert, and inquired about it. He fully supports it, as it's an inmate safety issue, a staff safety issue, a liability reducer for the county. And we would not have to bring the rest of our facility up to code to do that, because it's just, you're renovating it, but you're not making it bigger, you're not making it smaller. You're just adding these pads to it. So what our thoughts would be is to go out for bid, see what it would cost us, and then bring back to the committee to see, is that something they want to use those funds for? Estimated costs, we're thinking $30,000 to $40,000 range. We're not sure. There's some mechanical work that would have to be done. Removing the toilet, and they put in like a drain in the center of the cell. They take out the bunk, they put in the pads, and everything flows down to the drain. So it's just a padded room for the inmate safety, our safety. The number of times we would have had that opportunity to use it would have been very beneficial from time to time. So we wanted to bring it to the board's attention. This is what we're looking at possibly using some funds for, and let you know that this is an option for us, get the board's input, thoughts on it. If it's worth our time to go off a bid and see what it costs or not, so.
And there's such a limited amount of things that we could spend that money on. When I saw that on the agenda, I thought that could be a good use of those funds.
I think it's needed, that'd be for safety reasons, I agree with you.
What's like a time frame for somebody coming in? Do they get shipped out fairly quick, or?
So how I understand it, this company that did Clayton County is out of Florida. How many companies in the state, the nation do this, I'm not sure. So we'd reach out to see what timeframes would be, what the availability would be. And they'd be on site and deconstruct what's there and then install the padding and make that work.
Okay, but I'm not like with an inmate. Would it be,
How long is the
how
inmate?
long
the county.
Right, okay, no, I see what you mean now. So we're currently licensed as a full jail. We can still house inmates, based on staffing issues, classification issues, and just overall facility. We've chosen to house inmates out of county if they stay with us longer than 24 to 48, sometimes 72 hours. So the most crucial time where a cell like this would be beneficial is within that 24 to 48 hour time frame. And there's some facilities that if they are that much of a risk or mental health state or opioid, coming down off of those, they may not take them. So we have that to deal with as well. We can still hold them, which we do. We had somebody in over the last 72 hours serving time. We kept them here. So over this current fiscal year, we spent about $56,000 housing inmates out of county. It's one of the higher years that I've seen in the last 4 to 5 years. We've done that. What that's attributed to, it's just hard telling trends in different crime waves or different types of offenses. Number of different things, but that's one of the highest we've seen over the last 4 years. We've averaged about 40,000 over the last 4 years on an average, but yeah, for the first 24 to 48 hours, most critical time.
Yes.
Go.
Right. As far as the budget, we did last year budgeted 120,000. Excuse me, did we? Let's see here. I was thinking it was 120. Yep, 120,000. And we've used we got about 2,000 on this claim today. So we've used about 37,000 of it. So we have a little over 80,000 left in the budget that,
Can be used.
well, we have Pathways committed and
Contracted.
we got Lisa committed. But there would be the 40,000 if you guys chose to do this, go that route. We also have our cash balance after today should be like 102,000.
Wasn't there just another agreement just signed to, for more payments to be coming in the near future?
Oh, yeah, but I was just letting them know where
Yeah.
we were at today, yeah. Dave said he just signed a couple more to get some new funds also that'll be coming in the future.
And we want to get estimates and see where things come in. Maybe the committee decide, hey, it's more than we want to spend. Or maybe some boards like, yeah, it's not a good idea at this time. So
Do you know if you can disclose which cell you're looking at?
it'd be a single cell. So that current cell is about 7.5 by not quite 6 foot. It's what we call our single cell.
Where would you take these individuals if they do have to use the restroom?
They can use it right there. That's what that single floor drain, it seems kind of inhumane, but it functions as just the flushing mechanisms would be in the adjacent next to it in the mechanical room. So it's just designed for that use.
So some of the costs would be plumbing, like you said, because it's
Correct.
on concrete.
Yes.
Sorry, flat.
Yep.
So some of that cost is, like you said, remove the
The
water.
mechanical end of things, correct, yes. I think
That-
Clayton County's cost was about 4,000 for that.
Yeah.
That's the most recent one I've seen, so I reached out to Sheriff Holster over there.
Are you guys okay to see a quote from a couple of individuals that would install this before we make a final decision?
But yeah, I'm not looking to final anything, no, I just want to bring it to you guys' attention and see if that's something you want to entertain, and before you move forward and call in the contractors to come look at things. Because we just got a general consensus at our opioid meeting, it's not 100%, just want to see what cost would be, just want to be upfront with you guys on
Yeah, I
potentially looking at doing.
see what it costs. And that'd be the fund to use.
I know the question came up during the meeting, which is a good question that Lisa brought up on where we have the facility. Well, it's not on the tax, on the TIF roll plan, and which can always change until 33, 34 tax year, if even, and that might change. We all know that would have to partially be bonded if we move forward with that. New legislation is being still alive in the state legislature, requires a cost analysis study for these kind of, if you want to move forward with a new jail. And so all these things coming down. So we feel that this would be a good renovation to do, knowing that it's likely we'll be where we're at for quite a long time.
Yeah, so I think the board go see what it
Okay.
costs and.
Will do. Thanks, guys.
Any department update?
Things have picked up. I can't know why, they just do. We've got some trial coming up probably in August on a sexual abuse case that the AG's office is helping Dave with. I've got that coming up. Howard County's got a case coming up there in May. They may ask for assistance on a little bit for courtroom security if needed. Just generally, I think our calls for service are up. Nothing too crazy. We currently don't have any inmates in custody. The most recent one we had in there sent to prison this last week. So that's what we're kind of set for that too.
Any update on the Tahoe? Did you purchase it or?
It's still waiting. They're looking at maybe end of May, 1st of June. We're hoping to get it paid for on this year's budget. I've got a name on one, let's put it that way. They just haven't landed yet. Don't have a VIN for it yet either. So last time I talked to Mitch and then Jacob down at Carl's they're hoping they deliver down at Carl's mid-May. Yeah.
Ryan, I got a
Yes.
question for you. Maybe I need to wait for claims, but I just noticed that, there's a slitter bill in here.
Yeah.
Was there an accident or something? It's all rear damage.
There was not. So the deputy noticed he had some inner damage on his Tahoe. We reviewed cameras for every place that we're sitting at. He does park on his street. Did it get backed into? We don't know. And he didn't notice it until it's quite long afterwards. I felt filing a claim probably was the thing to do because I had no details in relation to it. So we decided to fix it just because of the age of the vehicle and keep it in good condition. Yeah, we didn't notice it for, it was a couple months probably before you really noticed what it was. And
Do we have backup cameras on our squad car?
he didn't hit anything. He would have told me. We did not cause it, whether it was sitting out at the dealership out at Wayne's getting tires, sitting out on his street, somebody hit it.
Well,
Yeah.
taillights and.
It's a recorder panel. They had to remove the taillights to fix it, but the taillight wasn't damaged.
It has on here left, tail lamps, right and left, a bumper. We're just trying to figure out if this should have been an insurance deal or.
I thought about turning it in, but I didn't have no details that went along with it, so. That's why I didn't turn it into insurance.
Yeah, fair enough. I do have one question, quote report, if we can go there quick.
Yeah.
Under sale of fixed assets, $1,500 on January 30th.
I sold us some of our own body cameras that we decommissioned. I sold those to, I think what county it was.
Mount Pleasant.
Those are the old tasers. That was Mount Pleasant, yeah. You can't sell those just generally to anybody because they're law enforcement related.
Yeah, I just pulled I went down the treasurer's office. Just trying to figure out what that $5,800 was. Any other questions on his quarterly report since he's here? You guys want to make a motion to approve it or? So the only contract law is still missing from Nashua and they usually do it in
Fourth quarter.
Fourth.
Yes.
May, June.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, it looks like he has got all his contract law payments for this fiscal year
Nash's the only one that does it quarterly, or Fredericksburg's is set up
by,
first half of the year, second half of the year.
any other revenue coming in like supposed to be from the staff and the state?
Yep, all that's coming in as it should. Our weapons permits, it's just crazy, those come in all the time. So that's up, which is good.
Is there a motion to approve the quarterly report dated March 31st from the sheriff's office? Or if you have other questions?
Yeah.
I'll make a motion to approve here.
Is there a second?
Second.
Scott. Motion by Travis, second by Scott to approve the quarterly report ending March 31st, 2026 for the sheriff department. Any discussion? If not, all in favor say aye. Aye. Anybody opposed? The motion is carried. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
We'll finish to the other quarter reports. We have one from Veteran Services, recorder, and auditor at this time. Any other questions for those three departments? VA has no activity. The auditor had $3,538.28. And the recorder had total fees collected, $72,002.40. Any questions for those, or reach out to any of them, or
You wanna do them separately?
we can do them together? I was just doing Shawver since he was here, but
Only one to approve it. So,
all three of them?
Second.
Motion by Travis, second by Steve, to approve the quarterly reports ending March 31st, 2026 for the Office of Veteran Services, Recorder, and Auditor. So, thanks for getting them done. I mean, today's the only the 6th, and they're not due until the end of the month, but appreciate the timely. We're missing, the treasurer will be doing it next week, I believe.
And EMS.
EMS will be next week, so. Any questions on these three? If not, all in favor, say aye. Aye. Anybody opposed, motion carried. We'll do claims so they can start working on them. Payroll claims dated April 3rd, last Friday. Any questions, concerns? Or is there a motion to approve?
Move to approve.
Second.
Motion by Scott, second by Isaac to approve the payroll claims prior bill dated April 3rd, 2026. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Anybody opposed? Motion is carried. Prior bill of $92.07 is also a prior bill. Looks like for some cell phone bills. Is there a second?
Second.
Motion by Travis, second by Steve to approve the prior bill claim of $92.07 to be paid. To allow to be paid, or even paid. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Anybody opposed? Motion carried. And then the large amount, $201,013.53.
Make a motion to approve.
Is there a second?
Second.
Motion by Steve, second by Isaac to approve the claims in the amount of $201,013.53. Claims are getting, some departments, we gotta keep an eye on, I know is the Heritage Center. There was a large claim in there for some boiler or furnace repair. We still have that cooler that's trying to go through insurance. There'll be $1,000 deductible for that. Mr. Gorman is aware of it. Some of the stuff might have to wait until next fiscal year. Public Health did call me last week. They refigured their budget on claims. They think they're good, but they are also watching their budget pretty close too. Otherwise, yeah, the next 2.5 months, we'll see if somebody reaches out for a budget amendment or they live within the means. Back to the claims, $201,013.53. Any discussion more? If not, all in favor, say aye. Aye. Anybody opposed? Motion is carried. Discuss urban renewal plan amendment number 3. Supervisor Greglock let me know on Thursday, I think it was, or Friday, to put this on.
Should we get Ray and Roman in here for this discussion?
Yeah, we could. Yep.
Good morning, everyone.
So there was a discussion that, Roman and Ray and I had on Thursday afternoon. Was, do an amendment, but maybe we need to put a lot more projects on there so we don't have to do so many amendments, and it's probably a $6,000 charge every time we amend it.
Yep, I agree.
I think I've spoke with many of you in regards to that. I don't know what kind of timeline we're looking at, or if you wanted to talk to Jason, Travis, any combination thereof.
So I did send an email out to Jason on Friday. It was half a day, but his response was not knowing too many details. But we won't have anything ready for today's meeting. I would suggest that you just have a discussion item to talk about the projects that may need to be added, assuming you decide to do so. If that is the case, just let me know and we can get you an engagement agreement for the amendment and start gathering the information. I'm in the office today for a little bit if you wanted to call me. So
The sheet that I gave you guys last week when we were talking about the 5-year plan, of course, that had our current projects, which would be the office and then the B-22 paving project, as well as the Alta Vista project and the North Lynn, South Lynn paving project, and the New Hampton Maintenance Shop West Storage Bays. Those are all in the urban renewal plan currently. I really think we need to add T76 to possibly get done this time next year. And then also revise our not to exceed numbers accordingly to make sure that we don't have to amend it because of something like that. And then talking with you, Steve, I know we talked last week, adding any paved road in the New Hampton, any of them that are in that map that myself and Ray generated, and then probably throw in as many bridges in there as we can too, anything that has less than a 10 or 15 year estimated remaining life, just to have them in there so we don't have to revise this unexpectedly, hopefully. One thing I'm confused on though, sorry.
Yeah.
The year doesn't matter, right? In the urban renewal plan, it's more so the project being in there and the not to exceed amount. I just wanted to
are
make
you
sure
gonna figure
that,
inflation or additional costs? You know, put those, and the only thing I could see is most of our consultant meetings and public hearings have been not attendant. And if you keep adding all these projects, is that gonna bring in questions and concerns?
that's fine.
And I get all that. I'm just
I would
prepared.
hope that we have people-
Yeah. And maybe that's something you need to clarify now, especially if there's anybody that is listening. The fact that just because a project is listed in the plan does not mean that project is going to get done.
Correct,
It is just providing that option depending upon what the needs are at the time.
correct.
As well as alleviating future legal and financial
Yes.
costs with revising it.
Of including it all together now than putting it in project specific down
And-
the road.
You know, when we do these estimates, I do try to factor out that it's 5 years down the line. I think everyone in this room could take a guess on what year by year inflation and price increases would do, and I don't think any of us would be right every year. Hopefully at 10 o'clock, we find out I'm not a bad one due to a war. So yes, I am factoring in time frame, but it's anybody's guess on that. That's why I figured go high,
Yep,
like we did with B-22 when we revised it. You know, up to 3 million and we borrowed 1.85. So,
yeah, so it'd be like you and Ray working with Jason and our legal team, to include the parcels and the price on your behalf. And see what, what's the timeline? Hopefully have the public hearing sometime in May and June, or,
well,
and what, is there a rush? Is there a need?
I'm trying to
get it?
think, when did we amend the plan for B-22?
November, December. December.
Okay, so we've got time, but I'd rather get it done as soon as we can.
Okay.
Cause I guess to me right now, the time factor would be getting this T76 project in there. And like you just said, it was November, December that we amended the plan for B-22.
Yep.
We're already surveying it. get some plans together as quick as we can. We'll have them ready by, if we did a letting date similar January, February letting date, we could do December, depending on how quick we move. And making sure that all these numbers, I updated our numbers with, Sheila gave me the proposed payment schedule for B22. So now that reflects that, the engineer's office, that reflects actual payments. I told you for 10-year life of the bond or payoff, with 6% factored in. Is that conservative? Is it aggressive? I'm not sure. Judging by our current interest rates, I would say it's a fair guess.
The remaining funds, Ray, are those numbers based off the new current levy rates?
On your proposed levy rates?
Yes.
No. No. They were based on the existing rates at the time that.
So subject to change if the school, the assessor, all those tax bodies raise or lower levy rates.
I can plug those in as far as what the proposed are. I have those from Sheila.
But a lot of them won't be
I'm aware.
finalized until April 30th.
Yeah. So I mean,
Ours might be finalized next Monday, but the school, I don't know when their public hearing is.
school, yeah, and you don't know, the level of, funding from the state, so the school's rate could really vary.
Correct.
Usually it goes down, but, this year's gonna be a pretty good guess for anybody.
And then, just to be fair, when do you have the new values for a parcel we added, Homeland Energy Solutions? When we will know those numbers?
They've received their value for 26. And I anticipate that value changing for 26. In my discussion with Beth, I'm still gonna do another inspection, because not everything was available to me at the time.
So I'm just saying, some of the numbers on the right-hand
Yeah.
screen.
We added
Unknown.
roughly $3 million for 26.
Okay.
But it's also receiving the 5-year partial industrial exemption.
Correct.
So for 26, you're looking at roughly 700,000 taxable, 6 to 700. Even though they added some $30 million in equipment, 90% of that is equipment and processing that cannot be taxed.
So yeah, I guess I can send an email back to Jason, said, get us an engagement letter, if that's what this board wants, to move forward on changing the urban renewal plan. We all know it's a working document. We all know it's subject to change. We just try to do it as least as possible.
And I think sooner the better, just because too, you don't know what the legislature's gonna do.
Yeah, I agree with
It's
that.
gonna be retroactive to the 26 assessment, it's gonna be July 1 of this year, which fiscal year is gonna be effective.
Correct.
How much time is it gonna take you, Roman, to get all the roads and the Dollar and bridges?
Well, it would be nice, to focus on the V56 project this week. Give me a couple weeks, I could probably get it to you.
Just curious, so, that timeline.
I would say a couple weeks, maybe 2-3 weeks.
Yeah, we'll get Jason notified today. He's aware of it. And then he'll get us the engagement letter for next Monday, if that's okay by the board, because that's gonna start the cost. And then, it'll be in there, I think in the past, it was like 5,000 or 6,000 to update it. And then I'll work with Ray and Roman on the specifics of what needs to be included in the location parcels and values. Is that something that this board wants to move forward on? I think a motion would be good to direct our bond council to start urban renewal update amendment number 3.
I'll make that motion. Second.
Motion by Steve, second by Isaac, to reach out to Ayers and Cooney Law Firm, Jason Comisty, to start the process of urban renewal plan amendment number 3. Any other discussion? If not, all in favor, say aye. Aye. Anybody opposed? Motion is carried. Thanks, guys. A couple more things here. Discuss insurance requirements for vendors and or general contractors for Heartland's insurance risk pool. I'm gonna pass this over to Scott and whoever else, I guess, has reached out. Had phone calls from vendors. I think the requirements is their concern. I do like the highlighted area that says, said certificates shall meet the same insurance requirements as required of vendors and or contractors. I think what I've been hearing is the $4 million umbrella is a little high for said contractor, like our pest control, our water supply, our one-person shop of a plumber, electrician. Anybody else get phone calls?
That's
Did they
what
catch
I-
all those?
Yeah, that's what the concern was I had, was the umbrella.
I have a question on that, if I may. Would that also be like with those that just sell to us as well? Because I've had contact from 2 individuals regarding the fact that
That they sell like furniture or
Yeah.
paper or.
they're selling, that we deal with, that we purchase from, all inclusive of them.
Yeah, because they are a vendor.
Yeah. So
That's the only problem, that's what I've been hearing too from people.
Yeah,
I mean, we don't do any work for the county, we just
Supply,
supply, yeah,
Material.
materials or whatever.
exactly. So that's who I've heard from.
and I understand like and Scott, you might know a little bit more about what other counties in Ireland is looking at, if anything.
Well, most of the counties had not adopted this policy. The one county, what they were doing was basically taking it case by case, based on what the vendor or contractor did. If they were a big, road construction, whatever, they were holding them to the highest numbers, but, a pest control company or whatever, they didn't feel that was necessary. And I don't wanna put us as a board in that spot, where we have to make that decision every time we hire somebody, or every time the department hires somebody. I don't wanna do that. I mean, I guess my suggestion would be to, lower the umbrella to $2 million. Go that route.
I also been told that some vendors, general contractors went out and bought the $4 million, umbrella policy. I don't know if there's a consequence.
Well, that's why, I said, I think lower to that, but I just hope there's a reason our insurance companies put these recommendations forward. We all know nothing's getting cheaper out there. And I get, we're doing business with somebody, and God forbid when they try, if you're buying something from a vendor and they deliver it, that they don't wreck something of ours, that ends up being deemed their fault.
Yeah.
That's where we're at. I mean, I know we've all gotten phone calls and, 2 million, lower it to $2 million, I guess, I don't know where else you can go with it.
Would you go down to $1 million, or 2 million is our general average,
2 million is where I would.
2 million? And if those people did go out and buy 4 million, they could cancel that, I guess, and ask for a refund from their insurance provider.
So for each occurrence and the aggregate limit, are you suggesting we bring that to 2 million, both those?
Both of those.
Yeah.
Anybody else have any concerns or hear anything? I think that's what I've been hearing, is the umbrella coverage was too high. Is there a motion then to set the new umbrella at 2 million for each occurrence limit? in the aggregate. Motion by Scott,
Second.
motion by Scott, second by Isaac, to lower the umbrella insurance requirement for vendors and or general contractors to 2 million for the umbrella. And this will be set for all vendors, contractors, the same.
Sure.
Any other discussion? If not, all in favor, say aye. Aye. Anybody opposed? Motion carried. Committee assignments by anyone? Travis?
Yeah, I had a workforce development board Zoom meeting on April 2nd. It was a short one. Basically, their local plan has to be out for any public comment. And so we basically approved to go to local, or to send it out so that they can have it for public comment.
Yeah.
And then there was a little bit of talk on mergers, but there's a lot to be decided there yet.
And who was that with the workforce?
Yeah.
Okay.
Anybody else? Nope. Discuss future agenda items. We talked about some of them already. I'm just, Sheila has prepared it already to some of the stuff. So don't forget the public hearing on Monday next week. Resolution to adopt the fiscal budget if we're ready. Resolution to adopt elected official wages for next fiscal year. Ray talked about the land use, Dairyland Power, solar. And then, Riverview Center wants to do a proclamation for April as Sexual Assault Awareness Month. And then I got reached out by Iowa Primary Care Association District 3, individual that wants to present of what they're up to on behavioral health and stuff that the new Iowa Primary Care provides. As of that, is next week's already. And we'll see if there's an engagement letter. And then hopefully the treasurer will be here and EMS. Otherwise, we will have to recess until 10. So I'll declare a recess here at 9:42, waiting for our 10 o'clock bids.
Let me get the
The minutes, yep. All right, we're back here on April 6th at 10 o'clock. Meet with Roman, open seal bids for Chickasaw County Limestone Resurfacing Project M-2026. Two of them showed up today, so Burning Rock Products is one of them. That's the bid bond, so.
Yep,
we'll
I'll
let
check that
with
stuff
Roman.
over.
County split up in 4 divisions. Division 1, unit price $17.069 per ton, equals an amount of $502,169.98. Division 2 is 25,100 tons. I believe that's what Roman suggested, at a price of $17.099 per ton, which equals $429,184.90. Division 3, tonnage at the amount of the same, $17.099 per ton, gives you a total of $632,150.03. And then Division 4, same unit price, $17.099 per ton, gives you a price of $379,255.82. That was Burning Rock Products Inc. The other one is BMC. Same amounts, Division 1, $16.99 per ton at $499,845.80. Division 2, unit price of $17.27. Total price of that division is $433,477. Division 3, unit price $18.64 per ton, $689,120.80. And then Division 4, unit price of $18.46 per ton, in the amount of $409,442.80. I think Roman want to look at these, or?
Yeah, I'll look them over. So here's that BMC was the apparent low bidder for Division 1, and then Burning Rock Products was the low bidder for Divisions 2, 3, and 4. What was the total on Division 1? Once again, Jake, please, for BMC?
$499,845.80.
One moment here.
So $16.99.
So if you total all the low bids, for each division, that comes to $1,940,436.55. My estimate and what we have in the budget for contract rock hauling was $1,947,100.40. So you total that out. 99.66% of the estimate is the combined low bids, which I would say I'm pleased with considering the state of affairs in the world right now. I had planned on a 5% price increase from FY25. The year prior was 1.76. So I guess pending that all the docs are in order, I would recommend that we award Division 1 to BMC and Division 2 to BRP.
Division 2, 3, and 4.
2, 3, 4, sorry. And then if you guys want, you could authorize chair to sign, unless you want me to bring it to the board later, or if you guys just forward it now and authorize you to sign
To
it
sign
when we
contracts.
get it back from the contractors.
I mean, you're within budget and
Within
you're
budget,
gonna get the tonnage that you requested.
yep. So, I would recommend you award to the low bidder of each division.
Is there a motion for that? An authorized chair's signature to sign contracts when prepared. Division 1 to BMC, Division 2, 3, and 4 to Brewing Rock Products.
Second.
Motion by Travis, second by Steve to approve and award an authorized chair signature on Division 1 to BMC and Division 2, 3, and 4 to BRP. Any discussion? If not, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Anybody opposed? Motion is carried. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. We'll be in touch.
Thanks, guys. You sign off.
Aye.
Good.
You bet.
Thank you.
Anything else, Roman, for department update?
I didn't actually send that to be
No, I
on.
know you
Since I'm in here, I will do it, so I don't have to come in next week. Blades were out Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday last week, then of course we got pretty wet. Aside from that, we were dish cleaning a few locations, crossroad culvert replacement, 150th West Idaho, tower repair on D21, south of 346. Spot rocking several locations, and we are at it again this morning. I know up north we had some manure haulers do quite a bit of damage on the roads that we are now repairing now that we got a little bit of dry weather, but the end of the week doesn't look, even middle of the week doesn't look good at all. Shouldering on B48 south of Fredericksburg, that is done. They did start up on T76 between B28 and B18, which would be the 6 miles near the Deerfield corner there. Bridge repairs, whether it involved erosion control, drift removal, railing repairs. We were hoping to start Bridge 1960 today, which would be on 150th east of Windsor. That'd be a bridge that we're replacing with our crews, but a rodent of some fair magnitude got into our excavator and chewed up some wiring pretty good. So the guys are scrambling to get that fixed up. We got one call complete, and with the rains, we're debating, we might close that road this week, or we might do some work that allows traffic to continue, but one way or another, it's gonna be closed, whether it's this week or next week, so we can get it replaced by the end of fiscal year. I mentioned to you guys the Chickasaw Cemetery driveway washed out, I believe, this weekend. That's probably something that they'll be approaching you about. It is it's not a secondary road. I don't know if you guys want to have them hire a contractor, or if you're gonna have us do it, then our department would need to be reimbursed with some other source, as it's not a secondary road.
Yeah, we've been down that road for many years.
Yep.
You know, the park is owned by Chickasaw County Conservation, manages it. Seems like it always gets washed out when we have 4 or 5 inches.
Well, you've got basically, Jesus, memory serves right, a 36 or 48 inch culvert receiving what we have upstream. I believe that waterway, if I remember right, we have like a twin 12x8 culvert upstream of it, so.
And at the end of the driveway is the Pioneer Cemetery, which we also manage and finance, so I get your concern. In the past, the trustees or the Pioneer Commission reaches out because somebody wants to go see a loved one. I get it. We'll be paying for it.
Yep.
This is who and which fund.
Yeah.
One way or another, we'll pay for it.
Exactly.
So just so you're aware that,
Can we go back to the manure? I had a question.
yeah,
No, I don't want no names, please, but did they inform of the manure route?
No.
They did not.
I did speak with them
Okay.
on Thursday after they were done, so.
We're just having a little open concept update, so we know. So, thank you.
Yeah, it was, I mean, we were all aware of it as it was happening.
Alright.
Um,
Thanks.
let's see, the shop, we got 2 more trucks undressed, that leaves 3 left. More than likely, those will all be undressed this week, we're getting into that rock hall and need bridging, but, I mean, we have had snow this time of year before, we didn't wanna have no plow. But it's looking like forecast wise, we can probably fully get into summer and spring mode. Design development work, we did have the pre-con for B22. Currently, that was last, 3/31, probably last Friday, Thursday, Tuesday. Anyway, plan to start July 13th, and their proposed schedule, if every day goes perfectly, it'd be 1 month of project, and that will be open to traffic as it progresses, so. B14, B21, and T76, all those surveys are either underway or nearly completed. I did submit the state budget and the 5-year program to the DOT for their review. And then, of course, it'll come back to you guys for your approval. Staggy, I believe, is starting today. I know HRS staked out corners and offsets, but with more rain coming, I don't know if they're feeling confident on opening up a hole or not. So probably visited with them today. Holmes and Murphy did do a safety inspection of shops and I believe county facilities as well. I heard minimal feedback as far as immediate needs or things that need to change. So kudos to at least our guys in the New Hampton shop as well as all the out shops. I don't think he went to every one of them, but he might have. So good job to our guys on keeping their spaces safe.
I've heard all the other ones are pretty good too, without much, we'll see what the report says.
We will have, we got hearing tests this week for our guys. Myself and Liza will be going to a asphalt paving workshop in Clear Lake. Next week we have an MSHA with all the guys, as well as the steel letting for our 2 bridges, beam and slab bridges that we'll be doing. One probably for sure this year, and then another in spring next year, if not all of them this year. Those are due in my office on Tuesday, and then I'm gonna review them and I'll bring the contracts to you guys on that following Monday. I just figured with those are a little bit more, they can get testy. Some mills don't wanna just supply the number of beams you need, they would have a minimum bundle. And we've tried to make them not do that, so I just don't wanna have that possibly happen in the boardroom and get confused, so. That's all I got, otherwise I'll review all that and send out contracts if everything's good, get their signatures, and then Jake, you'll be able to sign them whenever we get it back.
Sounds good. Just a couple more things to discuss, future agenda items. The confidential statements are coming back. I did send out an email to 3 or 4 departments that we were missing a couple with, so.
You can have them, but I'm gonna need some information later, okay? Is that all right?
Do you want it first, or
It doesn't matter to me. Whatever, you want me to make a copy?
I'll get you covered.
Okay, thank you. I just need the top pages.
And then nope, I'm good with you. Last thing I have for the board is, today is April 6th. I'll just let you aware that I sent an email off, or a text to the county attorney. The city of Bassett has not paid their EMS claim of approximately $333. We'll be working on to get the city of Bassett's response of why the payment was on or before April 5th. So that might be on a future agenda item to discuss that issue. Otherwise, if there's nothing else, is there a motion to adjourn?
Sorry.
Motion by Travis, second by Scott to adjourn at 10:14. All in favor, say aye. Aye, any opposed? Motion carried.